Hi everyone, it's me, and today let's react to an Oreo cookie theory from the Food Theorist together. Let's go!
When you open up one of these Oreos,
Oreo!
they're so thin. Like, I know that there are Oreo thins, but like, these guys, it's like I'm eating a chocolate wafer and there's maybe a fraction of cream in there. And then I open up Double Stuff and I'm like, oh, look at that thick layer of cream in there. I want that thickness inside my...
Okay!
Nope, don't say that.
Let's keep this wholesome and friendly, thank you.
I should not have said that. That was a mistake. Mistakes were made, friends. Lots of mistakes were made.
Food theory. Yeah, let's keep this wholesome and family friendly. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Hello, Internet! Welcome to Food Theory, where
Hello Internet, welcome to Food Theory! Let's go!
today is a delicious day because we've got a lot of Oreos set to test. You'll see around me we
Delicious.
have Oreos of all different shapes and sizes.
Yep.
We've got everything from your Oreo minis to your thin boy Oreos, all
Thin
the
boy
way to your thick boy Oreos and your thicker boy Oreos, all in an effort to see, is a double stuff Oreo truly double the stuff as your basic one? To me, there is absolutely no way that this is twice this. No way. And so I'm determined to prove it. And then from there, we're also exploring different types of Oreos. How do Oreo minis factor in? How do Oreo thins factor in? What about golden Oreos? These guys are kind of the also-rans of the Oreo family. Are they any different? I threw in some mints just because the minty Oreos, it's not so much whether I'm curious about how much stuffing is inside, I just wanted an excuse to buy these, because when you're talking about alternative Oreo flavors, these are the best. And then lastly,
I just love it that he's just being so scientific about Oreos about it in this video.
of course,
Experiments.
we're getting to the big boys, the mega stuffs and the more stuffs. If we were to classify these, are these what? Triple stuff Oreo? Quadruple stuff Oreo? Because it's not mega stuff. Mega means
It's
million
1,000.
stuff.
1 million, sorry. Sorry, 1 million.
I don't know. It's false advertising. And I'm not the only
False
person who's
advertising.
been curious about this. Other people have done this experiment to varying results. Take it away, VO Matt Pat.
Back in 2013, Nabisco came under fire when Dan Anderson, a high school math teacher in Queensbury, New York, decided to bring some Oreos to school for a hands-on class activity. His class found that Oreos double-stuffed cookies were not, in fact, what they claimed. According to their measurements, the so-called double-stuffed cookies were more like Oreos 1.86 stuffed cookies. He shared the results on his blog and it got picked up by the news. Weeks after, Business Insider did their own video investigation and found that double-stuffed Oreos were closer to 1.91 stuff. Not
So technically speaking, if you round up, it is 2, but it's technically not double because it is still within the 1 point something range.
quite as low as Dan Anderson's high school math class measured, but still shy of truly being double the stuff. Now, that might seem like a small thing to get all worked up over, but remember that we live in a world where Subway ended up paying $500,000 to settle a lawsuit over the fact that their foot-long sandwiches were sometimes only 11 inches long, which is probably why Nabisco made official statements in the aftermath of both of these stories asserting that their double-stuffed Oreos were exactly what they claimed to be.
So that is what we're here today to do, to look at whether the double stuffed Oreo truly has double the stuffing as a single stuffed Oreo. I can't imagine that that's the case, but we'll find out today. You might think that we're just going to be weighing the cream, but because it's a little bit difficult to get all of the cream and get it nice and standardized, we're actually going to be weighing the full cookie and then the cookies without the cream. That way we're getting as standard of a measure as we can.
But having said that, please do remember that results may vary if you do it yourself. I'm sorry.
That also allows us, in the event that we're having a hard time getting rid of all the queen. Where's the queen filling? The other thing that this is nice to have is if we have a hard time separating out the cream, it allows us to do things like maybe melt it off, or maybe do other things to really get all that cream off the cookies.
That melting the cream off idea? Yeah, I just tossed that out as a random thought while we were recording. I would later come to regret that decision.
So here's cookie number 1 of the great double stuffed cookie experiment. Here we go.
1.
11.4. And now what we do is we're just gonna twist. Got cream on both sides, so we're gonna scrape it off. Oh yeah, this is...
Yes, I'm wrong. Yes, I'm wrong.
It's close.
It's close.
It's just like buried in the nooks and crannies. That's the problem here. Now, obviously, that's adding weight to the cookie, so I'm only doing that for comedic effect. Yes, I see you, all you science nerds. You're like, the moisture is making the cookie heavier. I get it. I get it. It's a joke. It's a joke. I know my saliva is heavy.
Oh, that sounded weird.
Got the heavy saliva in the business.
That sounds weird. That sounds so strange.
8.2.
Doctor Strange.
Initially, I was
Doctor
dissatisfied
Strange.
with the amount of scraping I was having to do to get all the cream out of the nooks and crannies. And thus, the great hairdryer experiment began.
So we're trying plan B. Stephanie's hair dryer. It's gonna melt, right?
Sorry, Stephanie. Sorry.
Right? Sure. Let's find out together, friends. For science!
Sorry.
It's hot, I'll give it that. Oh yeah, you can see it melting. My poor fingies! It's hot on my fingies!
Set it on a plate.
Yeah, Jason.
Set it on the plate, they say. Don't burn your fingies, they say. Just blew it off, Jason!
As you can probably tell, the hairdryer method was not long for this world. Not only was it bad for my sensitive fingies, it was also just liquefying the cream, causing it to seep deeper into the chocolate wafer. That being said, it did come with one upside.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
When?
Yeah, no. He did it wrongly. It should be done like this. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Quit it, man.
Never have Oreos that you left out in the car? And they're nice and warm and a little melty? That might be peak Oreo. Where's melty Oreo flavor? That was awesome.
In the end, we scrapped the hairdryer and settled on more traditional cream separation methods. And if it wasn't obvious yet, after a few hundred Oreos, both the cookies and my sanity were starting to crumble.
So when you break it down, there are really 3 different ways of separating an Oreo from its cream. First off, my personal favorite, the twist. Just boop. Smooth.
Fell.
So smooth. Number 2,
Fell.
this one's gonna do it. The hinge joint, where you pull it open, kind of like a book.
Yeah, that's what I do it. I like something like a broken heart. Ouch.
Look at how clean that is. This one has a high risk, high reward, because you'll notice less cream on the opposite cookie. However, you're gonna get a lot of breakage of the chocolate. And of course, number 3, there it is, the slide. But you get the most cream on both sides. Not loving the slide, but there are people out there who are like, it's the only way to go.
Yep, this is my life, discussing the minute details of people separating the halves of a sandwich cookie. And that
Yep. Welcome to my life.
descent into madness didn't just stop at cookie dissection either. It's not often that you're presented with such a huge sample size of Oreos, but when you are, you start to notice weird things about them, like the fact that the pattern on the chocolate cookie differs from single stuff to mega stuff.
The pattern on these Oreos is actually different. Look, here's the mega stuff, and here's the pattern for the single
The
stuff.
crisscross. That's a
Different.
crisscross.
This one is more line-based, and this one's more like crisscross pattern-based. Wonder why?
Maybe the bigger cookie has a different line pattern to give it better structural integrity? Honestly, I don't know. Despite the differences in texture between the regular and mega stuff wafers, they were roughly the same weight, so maybe different manufacturing machines? It's very
Yeah, it's maybe just different manufacturing machines, I guess. Different.
odd. Other minute details that my cookie-addled brain noticed, the double stuff Oreos seem to be packed much looser than the originals. Ditto for the mega stuff varieties. More empty space meant more opportunities to jiggle around, which meant more broken cookies and crumbs at the bottom of each package. Even the number of Oreos that you get in a column isn't consistent. For the double stuff, we found that some columns had 12 cookies and some had 13. For mega stuff, the cookies per row varied from 7 to 8. Made me think back to our shrinkflation episode and wonder if maybe this is intentional, trying to get us used to the idea of having fewer cookies in each package. Then, of course, you had moments like this.
What is this? What is this crap? It's a little minty Oreo bowl. You can pour your cereal in there and scoop it out. Should sell this one on eBay. It's like a miracle.
Like I said, my cream-addled brain was going to some weird places.
It's the party size bag. Party size. Yeah, does it look like we're really having a party here?
Woo!
Saddest party known to mankind.
Oh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my pet. I'm sorry.
With his
Sorry,
mint
my bad.
Oreos. Just gonna make myself feel better.
I'm sorry, my pet. I'm sorry.
That did make me feel better. These are delicious.
Then on to the thins.
I think we're gonna do the pry it apart method with these guys. Oh, there it is. That's a win. Yeah, it's like you're having a shuck an oyster. Shuck your Oreos.
And over to the minis.
Oreo minis were built to be bite-sized. This? How big of a bite you think I have? Yeah? You underestimate me, Oreo. I'll show you. I'll show you bite-sized Oreos.
You underestimate
is bite-sized edition Oreos.
After hours of taking apart and weighing several hundred Oreo cookies of different varieties, we finally came up with our results. Ladies and gentlemen, our double stuffed Oreos really double the stuff. Drum roll, please.
Well, technically speaking, if you round up, it might be, maybe. Results may vary if you try your own. I'm sorry. Let me try this.
Anyway, the answer is yes. Double stuff is almost exactly double the stuff of regular Oreos. 1.97 times the stuff by our measurements, but I'm willing to chalk up that missing 0.03 to human error on our part. It is really tough to remove every last bit of cream out of the wafer to truly get 100% accurate measurements. So,
yeah, room for improvements and results may vary. I'm sorry.
Double stuff, sorry I doubted you. It didn't really seem like double the stuff, but I can't argue with the data. As for the more hefty Oreos, Mega Stuff wound up being 2.8 times the stuff, and Most Stuff weighed in at 3.7 times the stuff. So the Mega Stuff and Most Stuff are a little shy of qualifying for the labels of Triple Stuff and Quadruple Stuff, but that's probably why they went with the more ambiguous names. They didn't want to write checks that their cookies couldn't cash. Here's another thing I found fascinating. Flavored Oreos, in our case mint, while not advertised as having extra stuffing, are actually closer to being double stuffed Oreo sizes than regular sized.
I feel like these were born out of Oreo feeling threatened by the Girl Scouts and Thin Mints. They're like, okay, you got your Thin Mints, but we got your Thick Mints. These are default double stuff? They're pretty close.
The extra stuffing isn't the only thing that made the mint flavor a bit of an oddball either. The mint flavored stuffing actually has a completely different consistency from the regular vanilla stuff, which makes it stick to the cookies in all kinds of interesting ways. In 2016, a team of aerospace engineers noticed that with regular Oreos, the stuff always seems to stick to one side.
But having said that, maybe it's just coincidence, or maybe you are just thinking too much about it. I mean, it's just Oreo. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
In fact, within a given column of Oreos, you'll find that all of them have the same cream orientation. Twist them open, the cream is always going to wind up on the same cookie. And this was actually something that we were able to verify within our own tests. However, when we tried to do the same thing with the mint Oreos, things didn't go quite so cleanly.
So watch this column right here. We're gonna take one Oreo, it's a fresh column, and I'm holding it the way it was laying in there. So we do a little twist, and you'll notice that the bottom came off from the top. So if I was here, boop, it's the bottom one.
Okay.
The next in line should also come off. So again, the
Should
bottom.
also lah, by right lah.
That did.
Foul!
Cool. That right.
But maybe you are just thinking too much about it, you know. Maybe, I'm sorry, but...
Man, ignore the aeronautics engineers who said this. Complete lie.
So yeah, flavored Oreos, just plain weird. Speaking of weird, the Oreo thins have less cream and thinner wafers. Specifically with the thins, you're getting 33% less wafer and 45% less cream, which means that if you prefer the chocolate exterior more than the vanilla filling, Oreo thins are mathematically speaking your best choice of cookie. At least that's what I would be saying if it wasn't for Oreo minis. Oreo minis have an even bigger wafer to cream ratio. The minis have 70% less wafer than the regular Oreo, but 81% less cream. If you like chocolate over vanilla, go small. Also, golden Oreos, pure mad lads. They are the embodiment of the chaotic good. The wafer weighs slightly more, but they have significantly less cream, a whopping 23% less. But then you go to the golden double stuff Oreos and you get way more cream, 2.4 times, in fact. But in the end, the numbers proved it. Completely blowing my mind, double stuff Oreos are, as best as I can tell, exactly what they claim to be. Also, here's the general rule as it applies applies to Oreos. Bigger equals more cream, smaller equals more chocolate. Plan your next shopping trip accordingly. If you're a vanilla cream fan, obviously you're gonna go with more and more stuffing. But if you're a chocolate fan, you should be going after those bite-sized Oreo minis and thins. Or, you know, you just scrap it all and go with a Hydrox instead. But hey, that's just a theory. A food theory. Bon appetit.
Oreo.
Wow.
How's that?
It was amazing.
Was that an Ori yes or an Ori no?
Ori, heck yes.
Ori heck yes, that's right. Woo!
Wow,
My
that's
sound
good.
test. Oreo, Oreo, Oreo.
Wow.
Oreo. Ori heck yes.
Wow, that's actually very good. Wow. Okay, I'm not gonna try it out because I know I'm gonna fail it badly, so yeah, let's skip to the outro, shall we? Well, thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you find this video very funny, very creative, and quite enjoyable to watch with a lot of educational facts into it. Maybe. If you do like this video, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and comment down below if you have anything to share with us. Down below. Don't forget to follow my channel. I hope to see you all in my next video. But hey, that's just a theory. A food, game, and Oreo theory. okay, let's wait. But hey, that's just a theory. A Oreo theory. Wait, it's an Oreo theory. Oh my gosh, how can I mess up my outro? But hey, that's just a theory, an Oreo theory. Thanks for watching. Thank you. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye. Thank you so much. Subscribe. Oh my gosh, I messed up that one so badly. It's supposed to be. Hi everyone. Oh, sorry. But hey, that's just a theory. A food theory. Bon appetit. Okay, bye.